Hi, welcome to Maricast, the piano podcast. I have a special guest with me here today, and her name is Julie Nur. Julie, thanks for joining us today.
Glad to.
And Julie is a fellow PhD candidate, a graduate assistant here at the University of Oklahoma. We're both working on our PhD degrees in music education with a concentration in piano pedagogy. And the reason why I invited Julie to join us here today is because I kind of consider her a bit of a group piano lesson expert. Maybe she might not think so, but I, particularly compared to my group piano teaching, I think that she's doing some wonderful things. And we're going to take a look at some of your teaching, some video clips of your teaching that you do in your private studio, correct? So what I thought I'd talk to you first about. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your background in group piano teaching? Like, well, maybe going back even to your childhood. Did you ever have any group piano classes when you were growing up?
Well, when I was young, for a couple of years I had a group class with 3 other little girls who were about the same level, and we would just do theory books during the 45-minute time. But that was the extent of it. The rest of the time was just private lessons.
So you did have group piano lessons growing up, or
a little bit for a couple of years,
certain degree. But did you find that very influential as far as you incorporating group piano lessons into your studio?
Well, I started doing group lessons when I taught in Washington State. The kids would come once a month, and I found that wasn't enough time to have any kind of continuity between what we did from month to month. And so when I came to Norman and started teaching, I had the kids come every week. Cool. And that's worked really well.
Awesome. So how often do you hold your group piano lessons for your studio?
The kids come once a week for a 45-minute class, and they also have a 45-minute private lesson, or some of them have an hour lesson. So they come every week.
Okay. Now, you've only been teaching here in Norman for a couple of years, running your own private studio at home. How difficult did you find it to have students, or at least convince parents to take group piano lessons? Because a lot of times parents don't think of it as particularly a normal thing in piano study.
Well, the parents I have are very dedicated, and I only have a small number of students, so the scheduling wasn't a problem. I just told them they have to come twice a week, and some of them I started from the beginning, and so that's just what they thought piano lessons were. You come twice a week for piano lessons. And so I've never had any trouble with it. And the parents have also seen the benefits for it, because the recitals go so much smoother since the kids are used to playing for each other every week, and they see the parents definitely see the benefits. And the fee is small for studio class, so that's not a big deal.
Cool. So you only have a small amount of students in your studio, but so do you just lump them all together in one class? Or?
Well, I have 10 little ones right now, and so I try to divide them evenly. Last year I had groups of 4, which worked better. This year I have a group of 6 and then a group of 3, just because of how the ages worked, because I had the 7 and 8-year-olds together. There were 3 of them, and then the 9, 10, and 11-year-olds together, so there were 6 of them. It depends some on their level, but I think ages are more important than levels of their playing. Okay.
So do you ever find any problems with having, even though they're still in the same age group, having different levels if they're able to participate in similar activities? Are there ever any issues that you have come up with that?
Not too much. Both classes are basically doing the same work, and I try to do activities that anyone, no matter what their level, can participate in. I've had a few children come in late to the year and just had them to stick them in class, and they just follow along with the others, so it really hasn't been much of a problem. Plus we do enough varied activities that there's something that everyone can do well.
Cool. So why don't we take a look at some of your video of your teaching, and we'll see, hopefully some of you can, if you're thinking of incorporating group piano lessons, or if you are already incorporating group piano lessons into your studio, then maybe you can get some ideas from what Julie has done.
Go that way a little bit.
All right, so what are we looking at here?
We're looking at here the away from the piano technique exercises, which we start every class with. And I like to start the class with this because it gives them something physical to do, and it's a definite beginning to the class, and they know what we're going to do at every class, because it's pretty much the same series of exercises the whole time. And also I like to use these because it helps with body differentiation, because a lot of them don't feel the difference between their upper arms and their forearms and their wrists. And so these kind of exercises get them loosened up and also help them differentiate between joints. Like right here, they're doing their forearms and their wrists. Yeah.
Now, do they do these, these type of warm-ups in their private lesson as well, or is it just exclusively here?
I've read these come from a lot of very old books that advocated these exercises, and they're supposed to be done every day. But I think it would be pretty impossible to get the kids to do them every day when they're practicing.
Right.
And also, I like to use the lesson time strictly for playing most of the times. But I feel like this helps just even once a week for them to do it. And I've also used it in my college group piano classes with great success. So we're stretching our hands, and then we wiggle our fingers as fast as we can.
You said you get these from like older books?
Now here's a continuation of the same exercises. We make an igloo with our hands. And we're not supposed to shake the table right now.
We're building up that bridge, that shape of the hand.
We're shaping our hand. We're, you notice Veronica over here on the left is not tapping from her wrist, and so I stop her somewhere along here to show her the difference, because she can't feel the difference between her forearm and her wrist.
Right.
So that's what these are working on. And just to get a firm touch, finger touch.
There she goes.
And Ellen hasn't picked it up yet either. Okay, now we're doing improvisation. Oh, no, we're doing performance. Bia had performed this piece, skipping all the rests, and so we're doing an activity to get her to do the rests, and also to get the other two kids involved in the performance part. At every class we have a segment where they all perform pieces, and that they like it. They all, that's their favorite part of class. And so the recitals go very smoothly because they're used to playing in front of each other every day, so they're not very nervous.
Have the other two kids worked on this particular piece, or no?
Yeah, they're all in the Faber books, and so they've all used those. Now here, we're doing Italian tempo terms, and they've already learned all these terms, but they're putting them in order on the table from slow to fast, and trying to get them to work together a little bit, because this group of kids has very individual personalities. But they are working together right here, and I was glad to see that.
They're putting them in order.
From slow to fast, adagio up through prestissimo.
What age group is this, by the way, if you don't mind?
This is the older kids. This is the 9, 10, 11-year-olds. I think these kids are all 10 or 11.
So they put them in order now, together.
And now, reinforcing that idea, we're walking adagio, and we're walking different tempos, which this can be done with music too, but I like to do it first just really quickly without, and now we're doing it with music, so they have to guess the tempo I'm thinking. And I didn't ask them to move to the music, but that's fine.
Wow, that's just something they did on their own.
Yeah.
Well, except for this guy on the right.
Except for the guys. This is kind of too cool for them. So, yeah, Ian chose adagio, and that was right. Therefore, he gets the chance to play one of his recital pieces, any tempo he likes, and of course, he chooses prestissimo, as all 10-year-old boys will. This is an improvisation. We try to do improvisation at every class. This is just a simple one from the Alfred Group piano text for adults. Where I have the accompaniment, and they just play in a D minor 5-finger pattern.
Now, do you give them any guidelines beyond that? It's in a D minor 5-finger pattern as far as like what constitutes a good improvisation?
No, not really. We've been working on this for several weeks, and so these came out particularly well. The week before, I had said, you know, it sounds really good if you end on D.
Yeah. And
they all remembered that, and remembered to end on D this time. And they all listen to each other's improvisations so they can hear what other people are doing, and copy some of the melodies or change them a little bit.
Yeah, he ended on D.
They all did, and I didn't even have to remind them. And I don't say anything about the meter, I just have them feel it and play what they want. totally don't get it, then I'll demonstrate. We also do an improvisation that's on the black keys, so it's a cowboy rhythm, and we've just started 12-bar blues also. Is it good improvisers? Okay, we're going to have a more extended flashcard than today. We're working with rhythm cards. They know all their rhythms in up through variations of 16th notes, and these kids are just 7 and 8 years old, and they're so good at rhythm. And so I had them build 2 measures of 4/4 with any rhythm they want, and then we go around and tap it, and then they put the accents on to try to feel the bigger beats. And sometimes I have them sway back and forth when they're doing it so they can also feel the beat. Bia likes to do hers all the same, in all takatikas, which are 16th notes.
How have you found this takatina, this method?
I sort of made this one up myself in a combination of different syllables that I've heard. This one I like because the ta always falls on the beat.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like in do day. And here's mine. Ta ti takati takati sh ta tika ta ti ta. Now stand up. Move your chair back a little.
They
They switch to the next person so that they get more practice at doing it instead of just doing it the same one over and over again.
Do each of them get a chance at each other's?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we went all the way. Yeah, it's not all on this clip, but
Okay.
we did go all the way around the table.
She's got the tough one.
Yeah. Bia is the new one who came in late, but she's picked up just fine. Okay, let's go around the table this way. So, Kaylee, go ahead.
I can do that in one breath. Ta, 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 ta.
Usually I pay more attention to the accents, but I didn't this time.
And mine is takatika, takati, takati.
God.
You find that stronger as far as like the syllables rather than tapping it out, or?
But since these are 16th notes, they would have to tap really fast,
Mm-hmm.
and so I find that just saying it is plenty.
That way again.
We do tap them if they're simpler rhythms. Now this is their favorite thing. This is the flashcard hiding game, and I don't know why Jacob put his head under the blanket. He just wanted to do that. So they're hiding their eyes while I hide the cards, which I don't hide them very hard. And then they have to go pick up one card, bring it to the piano, play it, and then go back and get another card. And this is just a simple flashcard drill, but it keeps them busy the whole time so that they're not like waiting in line, poking their neighbor bored. They're always either running across the room to get another card or figuring it out or coming to the piano.
So these are just single note.
Yeah, these are
flashcards?
single notes. This game works with any, you can use it with triads, with intervals, with
Rhythms.
with notes, basically anything in it. I've done it all the way up through junior high age kids, and they like it too.
Mm-hmm.
So it works with basically any age. And I let them help each other if they don't get it, to encourage them working together.
Thank you for joining us, and if anyone has any particular questions for you, is there a way that we can reach you, or should they just contact me?
Email would be the easiest way. My email address is knerr@ou.edu. So that's the best way.
Awesome. Well, if you have any comments or suggestions, or want to share with us or with Julie, then feel free to do so. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, welcome to Mariacast, the piano podcast. I have a special guest with me today on this exciting episode, and this is my friend and colleague, Julie Nerr. Julie, thanks for joining us here today.